Hello,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so how are you today? How are you
Um.
today? Now I will share my screen now. Okay, can you see that?
Yes. I can.
Okay, so we finished with the listening part, the listening lesson of Unit 7, digital word. So today we will move on to learn about the reading skill. For today's skill, we're gonna learn about the dancing man reading comprehension. And after this reading lesson, I hope that you can understand a text about a social media campaign. Okay. So first, we're gonna learn some um, vocabularies that related to the topics today. Okay, but before that, I want you to think about this question. So, do you know what is cyberbullying? Do you know what is cyberbullying?
I
At
don't
the
know.
first, do you know bullying means? Do you know what bullying means?
Mm,
Yes,
no.
bullying. That is bullying. So when you offend somebody else, or when you gave a bad word to somebody else on the internet, that was called the cyberbullying. Do you understand that? Okay, now first we have the definition here. The cyberbullying is the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages or threatening nature. For example, when you when you make some comments on some bad comments on another person on the internet. For example, you are so ugly, or you don't have friends, or you are a loser, or you are fat, or you are stupid. Like you make some comments like that on the internet. Like you make the bad comments on other people. That is called cyberbullying.
Okay.
I think that was easier for you to understand.
Yes.
Right? Um, Now we're gonna learn some vocabularies that related to topics today. We have the first word is cyberbullying. Can you pronounce it for me?
Yeah.
Cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying.
You understand cyberbullying?
Yes.
Good. We have the second word is gig.
Gig.
Gig is a live musical performance recording session.
I don't know.
It's a gig có nghĩa là những cái màn biểu diễn mà những cái màn biểu diễn trực tiếp người ta về âm nhạc và nó được thu âm lại, giống như kiểu cái livestream mà nó được thu âm lại trên Facebook. Còn đây sẽ là những cái màn trình diễn về âm nhạc đấy. Okay, we have the third word is campaign.
Campaign.
Campaign is a series of planned activities that are intended to achieve a particular social or commercial aim. Campaign, that was like planned activities. You can understand, basically, it is planned activities. Campaign là chiến dịch. You can understand. Chiến dịch. Ví dụ mình có một cái chiến dịch gây quỹ chẳng hạn, hoặc là chiến dịch đi tình nguyện ở đâu đó, thì đó sẽ là một loạt các cái hoạt động được lên kế hoạch từ trước để đạt được một cái mục đích về xã hội, hay là về thương mại, hay là về chính trị nào đấy. Okay, that word is called a series of planned activities to achieve particular goal. Okay. The fourth word we have is victim.
Victim.
Victim is a person who has been attacked, injured, or killed as a result of a crime, a disease, an accident, or if you know the word cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, you are a victim of cyberbullying, means other person make the bad comments of you. So now you are called a victim. Victim mang nghĩa là nạn nhân. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The next word we have is fundraising.
Fundraising.
No, no. Pronounce it for me, please. Fundraising.
Fundraising.
Okay, so we have two words that are combined, which is fund and raising. Fund means the activity of collecting money for a charity organization. Fundraising có nghĩa là gây quỹ. You collect money for a charity organization. Okay, the next word, charity.
Charity.
Charity is an organization for helping people in need. Okay, understand?
Yes.
Okay, we have viral.
Viral.
Viral is an adjective and it means it used to describe a piece of information or a video or a picture that is sent rapidly over the internet and it's seen by large numbers of people with a short of time.
Yeah.
It's viral. For example, you can say, my video goes viral. It means that my video is very popular on the internet very quickly. Okay. The fourth word we have is originally. Originally.
Originally.
Originally. The stress is on the second syllabus. Originally.
Originally.
As originally is used to describe the situation that existed at the beginning of a particular period or an activity, especially before it was changed. Originally có nghĩa là nguồn gốc. That was an adverb because it has the li at the end of the word. So it is an adverb. Okay. Okay. So we finish with all of the words related to today's lesson, today's reading comprehension, and I hope that you can practice learning and remembering all of these words at home, because all of these words are quite difficult for you to remember. For example, cyberbullying or campaign, fundraising, or charity. Okay, I hope that you can learn at home, practice at home more. Okay, now we're gonna practice. We're gonna move on to the main point of today's lesson, which is reading. And the first task of today's lesson is reading the text here and answer the questions. So we have a text related to, let's see. Okay, so that is about sports. Okay, and you are going to read these texts and you don't mind and just ignore the gaps. Okay, we have 4 gaps. You don't mind, you don't need to consider all of these gaps. Okay, just leave it there and answer the questions here. What kind of cyberbullying does the text mention? Okay, you're gonna read and understand the passage and then find out what kind of cyberbullying, and is it like the examples that you thought of in task 1? Okay, so in task 1 we discussed the cyberbullying, what is cyberbullying, and we also text some examples of cyberbullying, and now you are going to find out, you are going to consider that is it like the samples that you thought of in task 1 of the cyberbullying. Okay, now I think you have 3 minutes to read through the text here. Okay, and you're gonna answer the questions after that. Okay, do you decide the answer yet?
Yeah.
Not yet. Yeah, I know it's quite hard. Okay, now we're gonna discuss this one together. So this picture is about dancing, a man's dancing. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see it here, the photos of a man's dancing appeared on the internet forum, and there were some comments that were very unkind, and the man was a victim of cyberbullying. Okay, so that was the beginning of the story, and we're gonna read for the next one. A group of people on social media were angry about the cyberbullying. Okay, so now we can see here this picture is a man dancing, and people make a lot of bad comments, unkind comments about this man. Okay, so what did they say? What did they say? Or what is viewers' reaction to this picture? A few of them, what? Can you read that?
Yes. A few of them laughed and took the photos of him.
Yes, he laughed. They laughed at that. He laughed at him, because he was. Why did people laugh at him?
Because he was a large man.
Yes, because he was very big, so that people took a photo of him and laughed at him. Okay, so that was called cyberbullying, because they took a photo of him and posted on the internet forum, and a lot of people laughed at him. So that was a cyberbullying, and he is a victim of cyberbullying. Okay. So now, do you understand what is the story about?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna. So that is the beginning of the text here. We just decide what kind of cyberbullying. Okay. So you can know some types of cyberbullying on the internet, like even make so bad comments like, "Oh my God, he is too large." That is called cyberbullying. That was really unkind comments. Okay, so we should never make comments like that to other people. Like, you were so ugly, or you were so fat, for example. That was cyberbullying. Okay. Today, and now we have the reading strategy for today's reading comprehension. When you do a gapped sentence task. Okay, so today's reading text is we're gonna dealing with the gaps. Okay, and how can we deal with the gaps here? And when you do a gapped sentence task, you're gonna think about the order of the events within a text, and you should have a clear idea of the sequence. The order of the events. That will help you to check that the sentence fits. Okay, you're gonna check, you're gonna consider the sequence of the events, which come first, which comes second, and that you're gonna check if that sentence fits to the gaps or not. Okay. Now, let's do this one first. We have 4 gaps here, and now can you put these events into the order in which they happen? Which events that you think comes first? Which one is the first one?
Mm,
Read the text and then decide which one is the first event.
uh, the first event is being day.
The first event is D. Seems O'Brien danced at a gig. Okay, a British man went to a gig and he began to dance. Okay, so that was the first one. Good. What comes next?
And the second event is B.
Photos of scene appeared on an internet forum. Okay. Good. A few days later, the photos appear on a well-known internet forum. That was 2. Now that was number 2. Okay, what is the third event? Sorry. Oh my god. What comes next?
Mm,
What do you think comes next? After photos of scene appeared on the internet forum,
uh, next is F.
next one is, you mean H?
F.
Using F? Okay. Okay, Fairbanks started a campaign on Twitter. Okay, you can see it here. Cassandra Fairbanks started a campaign on a picture.
Yeah.
That was the third event. What comes next? What comes next?
Is the H.
You mean A? but we don't have H. So which event comes after Sandra Fairbanks started a campaign on Twitter? This one. He started users start a hashtag campaign. Find Dancing Man. And what did they do? Fairbanks and her friends began to set up an online fundraising page to pay for Scene's ticket to the USA.
A.
Okay, so that was A. She raised money for Scene plane ticket, okay, to the USA. That was number 4. That was the 4th event. Next one.
In the next is J.
Scene appeared on American show. Good. That was number 5.
Last is
And that's the
E.
last. We have 2 more. We have C and E. Which one comes first?
Is E.
It's E. There was a big party for Scene in Hollywood. Okay, and the last one is C. Scene threw the ball to start a baseball game. Okay. Here is number 7, and here is number 6. So this one comes before this one. Okay. So that is the order of the events in this text. Okay. And now what I want you to do is matching the gaps, which is the main point, the main exercise of today's lesson. Okay. Now you are going to read this one. You read the text already, and now you are going to decide which A, B, C, or D, or E will fit with the gaps from 1 to 4. We just have 4 gaps, so we need 4 letters. So one letter is extra one. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, you designed which one? This takes quite a long time.
Yes.
Do you? Okay, you have all the answers?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think will be for the first gap?
The first gap is they eat
You mean E? Is it E, right? Okay, so they wanted to have the man. Okay, we just write E for the first one first, and then we're gonna find correct answers. What is for the second gap?
is B.
After one day, they found him. Okay, this was the second one. What is the third one?
D.
Was D. And the last one, A or C.
Is is A.
A, number 4. Okay, now let's see for the first gap. A group of people on social media, including an American writer called Cassandra Fairbanks, were angry about the cyberbullying. They wanted to have the man. They decided to have a huge party for him in California. Okay, so I think that is quite suitable. Okay, you can see the next sentence is about the decision to make a huge party for him in California, and they began to start a hashtag campaign. So that means number 1, they wanted to have the man. Okay, it's suitable.
Yes.
The second, after one day they found him. For B, they didn't know who it was. However, it quickly became a viral story on Twitter. Users started a hashtag campaign, Find Dancing Man. After one day, they found him. Sean O'Brien was his name. Hess was originally from Liverpool but lived in London. Okay, I think it's suitable because it's all about they are they didn't know who he was, so they they was founding him, and after one day they found him. That is good. Unseen, and they know his name, and they know its original place and currently place. Okay, for number 1 and number 2, I think they are suitable. Okay, now let's see number 3. They also set up an online fundraising page to pay for Sim's ticket to the USA. Afterwards, Sim said, "It was the best night of my life." Okay, so we are in, a fundraising page. So I think for number 2, we don't for number 3, I think D is not suitable because afterwards Sim said it was the best night of my life. It's not related to the front sentence. So they are setting up an online fundraising page to pay for Sim's ticket. So I think it should be related to the money. Okay, I mean 2 days later he returned to England is not suitable for this one because they are talking about fundraising to pay for Sim ticket to the USA. So I think for number A, for A, it's more suitable than D because it should be related to the money to pay for the tickets. Do you think so? If you put 3 here, okay, now reread the sentence again. They also set up an online fundraising page to pay for Sim's ticket to the USA. This quickly raised more than $20,000. It will be more suitable than D. Afterwards, Sim said it was the best night of my life. That was, it doesn't make sense. I mean, D, it doesn't make sense for the gap number 3. Okay, you understand what I mean?
Okay.
And for number 4, the party took place at a nightclub in Hollywood in May 2015. About 1,000 people were there and they danced to music from celebrity DJ Moby. And so for number A here is not true. So we're gonna look for number C or D. Okay, we just have C and D. Now let's put C first. The party took place in a nightclub in Hollywood, and 2 days later he returned to England, or afterwards Sim said it was the best night of my life. Can you see the next sentence? It was just a part of an amazing weekend in the USA. That means he really, really liked the trip to the USA because he said that it was just a part of an amazing weekend. Before that party, he appeared on one of the most popular shows on American TV shows. So I think for number 4, it should be D. Afterwards, Sim said it was the best night of my life, but it was just part of an amazing weekend in the USA. It would be more suitable than 2 days later he returned to England. He didn't return. He wouldn't return to England yet. Can you see that?
Yes.
He is in the USA. He didn't return to England. So for number 4, the gap number 4, I think D. It's the best answer for this gap. Afterwards, Sim said it was the best night of my life, but it was just part of an amazing weekend in the USA. That was perfect, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so we finished with this one, and I think that it would be great to find out the correct answers. so that you can have a better understanding of this text.
Yeah.
Okay, so the time is up now. So I think we're gonna do so now it's just this one is just listening, and in the next lesson we're gonna finish we're gonna listen to this text again, and we do this one. We're gonna do this one. Match to halves of these phrases, and they are in the reading text. Quite easy, and we're gonna answer those questions here.
Yeah.
Okay, do you agree?
Okay.
Yeah, good. Okay, I think today's lesson will be ended here. Do you have any questions for today's lesson?
No.
Until now, it's not yet, right? Okay,
Yeah.
just review all the vocabularies and try to understand all of the words in the text here. Okay, and try to understand the reading strategy here at home.
Yeah.
That's good. So I think today's lesson is enough. If you don't have any question, we will end our lesson today. Okay? Okay, see you next time. Goodbye. Good night.